Students have a few weeks of school under their belts now, and now is the time when the work can start piling up. Homework, quizzes, and tests all in full swing, and it's important to keep on top of everything now to prevent problems later. A checklist is a good way to keep track of things, so we're making one this morning with Laura Lee Burgess of Oxford Learning. Good morning.
Good morning, Heidi.
And we will put a link on our website to this checklist so you can print it off yourself and tick the items away. But let's go through them because this is a good time because things can start building up.
It is, that's right. Now's the time to really make sure that kids are on track.
Right.
And if they're not, you still have time to tweak some things and make sure you're in a good routine for the rest of the school year.
Okay, first thing you need to put on your checklist, communicate with teachers.
Yes, don't wait until that first report card. It's always a good idea to communicate with a teacher, just 5-10 minutes, make sure things are going well in the classroom. Are there any expectations that the kids are not meeting at this point? Are they not handing in homework? Find out now before it becomes a problem.
You can address it. And speaking of homework, this is an interesting one. Do homework even when there isn't any.
Yes.
What?
Absolutely. And it's really easy to get into that, oh, I don't have homework tonight.
Right.
But what we want to teach kids how to do is have a time set aside for homework, regardless of whether or not you have something assigned. So if there's no homework per se, assignment, then you want to do some extra reading or maybe review your notes from that day or take a look ahead, but always have that designated time because then it becomes a routine so that when homework does start to pile up, you have that time and they know what they're doing.
Right, they're used to doing it for homework time. Use agendas. I love agendas.
Yes, me too. And agendas are so important. So, keeping track of extracurricular activities, homework assignments, using it to plan out projects, tests coming up, when you're going to study. If the school doesn't provide an agenda, then buy your own.
One. Yeah, or use a digital one. A lot of people do that now. But something's nice about the one that you hold and write in.
It's kind of nice to be able to write it down and check it off.
Look at it really quickly. Use colored pencils. Anyway.
Color-coded off.
You talk about school.
Yes.
That's one, too. What does that mean?
School is such a big part of the kids' lives that it's really important that you have open dialogue about school. If kids are not really willing to talk about school, then it might be a red flag that something might be going on. Keep those lines of communication open, but really focus on specific questions. So not just asking, how was school today, or what did you learn? Those questions are really quite broad. So kind of narrow it down. Things like, what did you learn in math today? Or what did you do that was new? Those kinds of things. Be a little more specific.
A few more things. Watch the frustration and stress levels.
Keep an eye on that. So now is the time when getting into, homework and assignments, tests, managing sports, it could get stressful. So if you're noticing frustration and stress, now is the time to kind of nip that in the bud.
And keep an eye on procrastination.
Yes. Procrastination often means that they're not organized or that the work might be challenging. So that's a really good indicator that things may be a little difficult off the start.
Don't forget work. So kind of like keep track of whether work is being forgotten or not.
That's right. So you want to make sure that if they are leaving things to forgetting assignments, forgetting what they have to do, again, that could be a way of leaving things off. Maybe they're not understanding, maybe it's too difficult, but maybe they're just not organized. Okay, so it's a problem that you can address then. And last but not least, just tick off your checklist, limit your screen time. Yes, this is the biggest distraction for kids and some adults too. So limit the screen time, really set up a schedule now so that you're not scrambling when it comes exam time or the end of the year. You want to set that up, limit it now, and have a routine that works for your family. Limit now, less pain later. Exactly. Great. Thank you so much for this. You're welcome. I appreciate it. And of course, Laura Lee is here every Wednesday at this time. Now let's go to Cyril.